spent time with my mind in the dirt, fingers digging lines in the earth, nights spent crying in my shirt, trying to understand how I working, trying to decide if the worth that I'm giving is determined by something greater than me. Was making my mental weary, depleting my energy. Was stuck in my adolescence, I clench the pressure in teeth. Whenever I feel the stress and I check my nose for the bleed, I see the blood on the leaves, the memory never leaves. The details tend to fade, the wrinkles turn to a crease. I feel my happy decrease, so fleeting at times. Fuck what you think of my mind. I miss the days of my youth, and numbers grow hard to decipher. Hope I ain't leaving my prime, counting my days in the cell. The concrete is cold and painful as well, but shit, it soothes me when my mind consumes me, hating myself. No need for reason, staved it off and took my hate off the shelf. Them summers came and went, always had to change but never scaled the fence. Always had these issues that would linger in. Had to put my brain where my fingers is, red-handed, need a rinse. Lost child, couldn't find a role, so I paid this shit. I've never been happy in fluency, a common contrast between you and me. Fine line between my rhymes and a eulogy. Defiance and cowardice sound a unison. My hectic thoughts a product of you and this. These movies that make up a lifetime. The reason I write rhymes, the reason I'm looking back on the past like a timeline. I've tried to put this in stone, I'm guessing it's high time. Been drowning my thoughts for far too long. It's high tide, sinking swimming in these dirty flows. Demons come at every foe. Hella times the pressure rises, I can't say I never fold. Found this pressure, no control. Whoever can save my soul, let me take you down this road and tell you how my story goes. Yeah. Some had to end sometime, at the end of my rope in my mind, and the feeling has awfully declined. Wish we did more than talking online. Wish I did more than argue with you about the things that we did and we do. And you act like I don't have a clue, but the truth is I do. And to be honest, I wish that you knew how much I think about you and shit. Cause we have a ball like a fist, when I don't ball up my fist. Now you just ballin', we fuss, tear on the sleeve of my fit. Now I just leave in a rush, I don't even make amends. I just wish you were my friend, not a girl I see intense. Now we clearly near an end, praying you don't take offense. Damn, I need someone to talk to me, I hardly breathe, I'm on my knees and all I see is you and autumn leaves. I'm falling, please, please leave me alone. I've never been more wrong, I text you in that phone. Don't leave me, I'm not going. Okay baby, I might go. The key to your heart is not rose, just the surface, oh so worthless. Wish we worked through this in person. Wish I was a different person. Wish you were a different person. I need Jesus, I'm a serpent. Give me peace and I'll return it. Call me please, I'm speaking urgent, yeah. Summer ends, it wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth it.
Summer had to end sometime. Found myself stuck on the fence we climbed, wondering how did we get this high. Wondering the now, well I guess we tried to dive in, but you left me dry. You let me find the love that she left behind, then let me die the minute that he sent replies. Confined in one truth, let the rest be lies. I'm a lone soldier, only to grow older, only to find love, only if I told her cold in my lust. The devil on my shoulder telling me to just let her in a bit closer. Really I need closure, really I need normal, but I know I can't be that. Tragic, no other way to have it. Laughing at my romance in a casket, I've given up, barely giving the minimum. Leaves fall, autumn is sick of us, sick of it, take me back to June. I mean that I need the old love we knew. I'm losing attention, don't pay much. Wanna vent this, but I don't say much. Stuck in my head, I've been living in my brain, cause trying to stay sane is hard with this fake love. Drop the same way when you emulate, I don't move, I'll get it, I'll feel alone. I am alone too, I'll get in those, you get in those moods. It's funny how off it gets when you lose track of your common sense. And not to do lack in my confidence to tell you that I never wanna talk again.
Yeah. Mama, you were right about me running from my youth, growing up too fast. Wish I'd heard the truth of your words before I dipped and I swerved. I probably hit a few curbs, acted a little absurd, but all I wanted was to grow up. Still I feel the same. Opportunities that went before they even came. All those freaking drugs put a shadow on my brain, but a smile on my face. For a moment, I've been sober since January, but this is still very scary. The paranoia I face with the future, I'm very wary. My parents carry my burdens for years. You shed a couple of tears, so how I'm mad when you expressing your fears. Your son's growing up, he wishes he wasn't. He still gets a little scared to walk about in public. Sometimes he doesn't care and feels like no more than a puppet to a system designed to steady press and rewind. The past tense was mentally absent, and I'm still not past it. And I find no consolation in the past or the pragmatic. I passed up a passion just to prance through plains of madness over nothing. And that's it. What a waste. What a broken boy with a beautiful face. And I wonder if you still see me in ways that you did before I changed. I couldn't blame you, but mama, I'm still the same kid. I'm still the same kid, you raised him, taught him how to walk and you would praise his creativity. He hasn't changed, but his mind's a little bigger. For better or for worse, I'm growing up, and I wish I wasn't. And I hope you know that all I feel is love for you and trusting. I'm almost 18, but I still feel like a child, eyes wide looking upward. But I must grow up.
What a waste. What a broken boy with a beautiful face. What a waste. What a broken boy with a beautiful face.
Wish you were home, and this might fuck me up to think of us, but I'm still here for you. And I reach to touch and to feel for us, but before I caught it, slipped right from my fingers and fell. I wanna feel you, yeah. I wanna feel you, darling. I wanna feel something. I wanna feel something, yeah.
1 in the morning, I sit in here and record this at a cabin located northern, where the sun comes after torrents and the mountains always beautiful. This shit is never boring. Got my homies all surrounding me, I'm feeling kinda warm. But this morning, woke up mourning some things I haven't been speaking of. Trying to think of music, but instead I fucking think of us. I know it's been some years and you're hella tired of hearing this. Believe me, so am I, but this feeling is so apparent. Had a dream that we were talking through some form of message, broken up to sentences, all penmanships and instances where all this love was pouring. And I read this shit and tried to make some sense of it, but couldn't really get this shit up in my frame of focus. And I woke up powerless and lesser than when I laid my head to rest, perplexed by the shit I said. What's next in my near mental edge? Guess I had this shit on my mind since that one night that I broke up with my last girl. Had me think about every single last girl. Had a couple more, but you feel like the last girl I really fuck with. Tell the truth, saying that feels so shit, cause I did some shit I'm not proud of to a girl I thought I fucked with, but instead I fucked with her emotions for my own gains, for the quotients. I was dead wrong for the whole shit. She was so good, I was so shit. Had me thinking back before my love was grown up as fuck. Before I thought about the shit I did, before it was done. Back when loving felt like loving, a feeling I felt like trusting. Back when every first was first and I didn't feel so disgusted with intentions and arrangements and keeping up with my savings. Back when every thought was urgent, I could never really save it. Back when I was passionate, cause that shit just left me with aging. If I did the same at present, most people would call me crazy, but thing is, I'm in love with that shit. Felt like a movie with your fingers in my lingering hand grip. Feel like a fool, I don't love you, just in search for the feeling we had. Stuck to this pen in my pad, right till the feeling is past. Yeah.
I called your phone, I wish you were home. And this might fuck me up to think of us, but I'm still here for you. And I reached to touch and to feel for us, but before I caught it, slipped right from my fingers and fell. I wanna feel you, yeah. I wanna feel you, darling. I wanna feel something. I wanna feel something, yeah, yeah.
Now when you slide in my phantom's eyes, I can fantasize, I could plant a seed that should scare my mind. You take all my fucking time, that's just how it goes when I'm far from home. You know that you could, you know that you could, you know that you could, yeah. You know that you could, you know that you could, you know that you could. And it was all good for me till I wouldn't open that door. I never did lie to you, always said that I could be yours. You see me outside, it will be alright, we sitting on courts. You always leave too soon, and I'm wishing this could be more. And the sand's all in your hands, looking like an hourglass. So I'm stressing, thinking about the time we passed. If I see you with another dude, that's the type of shit to make my mind crash. If I stash these thoughts away, then it's only bringing me pain. But I'm really trying to save mine every time I look at your face. So I'm overthinking every conversation, and I'm trying to speak from my heart. Shit, we only met a couple weeks ago, but feeling like I know who you are. And this shit weighs on my heart. I'm praying you could take part, but you saying that you feeling different about it. So I take a drive in my car, and the road signs that I pass telling me I need to stop and don't crash. If I don't ever yield to things that you want, then I'ma be alone and struck with whiplash. I'm so fucking bad at making this last. Should've known about it given my past. But if you wanna call me up and just talk, I'ma say thoughts before the shit crash. Cause when you slide in my phantom's eyes, I can fantasize, I could plant a seed that should scare my mind. You take all my fucking time, that's just how it goes when I'm far from home. You know that you could, you know that you could, you know that you could, yeah. You know that you could, you know that you could, you know that you could, yeah. And I hate how I walk in the room and my eyes upon you, but I can't say my feelings and I can't speak my truth. Girl, you know I wanna see you in the evening. Girl, you know that you could be my only reason. But I love when you walk in my room and we talking till 2, till I'm tired and trying to stay away for the truth. Girl, I know I'm trying to give you too much meaning, but this feeling in my chest, I'm barely breathing. And when you slide, phantom's eyes, and I can't feel fantasize. Girl, I know I'm trying to see it in the evening, yeah. Now when you slide in my phantom's eyes, I can fantasize. I could plant a seed that should scare my mind. You take all my fucking time. That's just how it goes when I'm far from home. You know that you could. You know that you could. You know that you could. Yeah. You know that you could. You know that you could. You know that you could. Never had the confidence written inside me, Never had the confidence written inside me. My ego is hella small. Cause when I think that I'm right, it's always hella wrong. I fell off at the deep end. My weak skin broke at every puncture. I'm nudging it till the weekend. Knees bent, hands tied up in praying position. I hate that I miss it. So stressed on commitments. I inhaled addiction, but the words in my diction wasn't slick as I thought, as I failed to mention. I pray that God's giving me time to make up for what seemed like eons of reruns of mistakes and weak lines. I try not to equate my weak mind with choices, but reasons to quit now are floating through the mind that God put up on my shoulders. Should've done what mama told him. Should've prayed a little more and should've found the time to focus. Should've shut my mouth at times while I was trying to say what I couldn't find. Was dancing on rooftops until I found the edge. I'm running out of time. Yeah. Maybe I'm complicated, but my heart is weak now. I tried to write the words I couldn't speak now. My demons embrace me, I wish they would creep out. Feel like I'm driving wrong on a one-way street now. I barely think now, I'm just a body that's floating through rebounds. I'm just a mess of a man in these seasons. Not okay, I need peace now. Dirt on my jeans now. I wish I knew who I was. I'm in need of answers to questions. The question answers to questions. My mind stay leaving my body and shit. I have no possession. I'm alone with my thoughts. I'm always dreading the silence. My depression is Goliath, questioning if I can stand up to giants. I guess I'll think and be quiet. Yeah. I get real tight and real scared, cause I got real doubts and real fears. I need real help, cause someone caring for me. Yeah, and I get real anxious and real worn out when I'm in my room all by myself. I just need some time and need some space to breathe. You see, I'm trying to maintain some rational thoughts. I'm going crazy, wondering if I'm passing it off. And feelings come, feelings go, I'm trapped in this box. My demons giving me advice, I'd ask them to stop. But see, sometimes my world is unkind. It swirls around inside my brain, so uninspired. I learned that I'll be taking the lowest road possible with obstacles. My past in my ear, my brain in my binoculars. I need somewhere to go, cause I spent a long time alone with no tether to hope and no knowledge of problems. Couldn't tell me to cope. I'm face to face with fears, frozen with my ghost, and I know that I might be over before the sunset. So could my brain just maybe give a fuck less? And could my anxious page me when it's done? Yes, I got these problems bothering me, much less fear than I had before, but still imploring God, why you give me these feelings that I'm exploring? Travel through my mind, I'm taking you on a tour. No, you can't just ignore this. You giving me thoughts with this force, and I'm torn from the boy that I used to be. Full of faith, explanations, and fluency. Now I'm pacing, disgraceful, I truly see. I gotta separate myself from the youth in me, the one who never questioned, always blind and accepting, never looking for answers when God was never present. Now I know what my path is, even through all these messes. When I'm overreacting, I look at my reflection. Self-reliance and defiance of my youth. When nobody understands, at least I can know the truth. I'll do better on my own when I'm dealing with these issues from my home. And my brain getting stronger, now I'm grown. I get real tight, and real scared, cause I got real doubts and real fears. I need real help, cause someone cared for me. Yeah, and I get real anxious and real worn out when I'm in my room all by myself. I just need some time and need some space to breathe in the summertime.
See the ghosts taught to get in my sleep. Everything seeming better in my dreams. Burn it down so I never have to see it. Fight my demons, never let them beat me. See the ghosts taught to get in my sleep. Everything seeming better in my dreams. Burn it down so I never have to see it. Fight my demons, never let them beat me. See the ghosts taught to get in my sleep. Everything seeming better in my dreams. Burn it down so I never have to see it. Fight my demons, never let them beat me.
I get real tight and real scared, cause I got real doubts and real fears. I need real help, cause someone cared for me. Yeah, and I get real anxious and real worn out when I'm in my room all by myself. I just need some time and need some space to breathe in the summertime.